and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with Scrap Timber for day 16. And today we are doing cut files, punches, and or die cuts. And so that is what I have. I've already pulled out my Big Shot and have used it to cut these flowers over here to go along with this picture of me and one of my friends when she got her new tattoo. And I'm using Pink Fresh Lovely Blooms because, well, obviously it's got flowers and that's where I'm wanting to go with this layout. So here are the dies. I decided to use these 3 flowers and then the leaf. I have some other ones that I thought I'd just use a bunch, but when I decided what collection I wanted to use, I picked a paper that already has some flowers on it, so I figured I would just work with that. And then I have these scraps. The one scrap is left over from where I cut the flowers out, and then the other scrap is what I'm going to use to map my pictures. So I've got some puffies and enamel dots, some wordy bits, and then some flowers. And here is the layout paper that I want to use, which, like I said, already has some flowers, and I'm just going to oomph up the flowers. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my dies, my pictures, and a prompt. So let's see how this goes. So I actually go into this with a bit of an idea. And I know if you all have watched any of my videos, you know I don't always have an idea with what the heck I'm going to do. I just start and go. So I did already have an idea when I found this paper. I decided I was just going to oomph up the wreath that's already on here because I'm terrible at making circles. Everything looks like an egg. I can't make a proper circle, and this is already there. So if I just add to it with the flowers that I've got die cut, perfection. So I pull a couple of different floral and leafy bits out from the ephemera pack that I got to go with this collection. And that way it would add a few bits and pieces. But I mostly want to use the flowers that I have die cut out on my Big Shot. And so I'm at the picture of me and my friend, and I'm at the picture of her new tattoo, and just put them in the middle. I mostly want them in there because I'm going to do my journaling on the inside of this wreath where the open spaces are. And then there's 3 different sizes of florals. So I just start by separating the biggest ones and then build little clusters of 3 around all of those. And just spread out the colors. Like I don't want the greens with the greens. I don't want the pink with the pink. I don't know what I'm doing right now and why I've disappeared. I was probably answering a text message. Lord have mercy. I usually am pretty good about cutting that stuff out, but you know, sometimes. So anyway, I just take these florals and I put my fingers in around the outside of it to fluff them up a little. And I use my Nuvo Deluxe to adhese them to the page. And then I don't want to cover too much of the actual wreath that's on here. I really just want to accentuate it, but staying in that circular-ish feel. Now, I am building a bigger cluster, or one that kind of comes off of the wreath down the bottom right corner, as well as adding this piece right here, this ephemera from the collection, into this bottom left corner because I wanted to have a little something extra down there for where the title's going to go. And it'll kind of bracket where the title of the layout's going to be. So it's not a perfect circle. It wasn't in the first place because you can't have that and you've got flowers going off or leaves or whatever. So, but I just stick with the general concept of where everything is. And so I want to make sure that I tuck things. A lot of times with these die cuts, I will layer them, but I didn't want to layer these. I really just wanted to spread them out. I mean, I could have cut more. I have plenty more of this paper. I could have cut more and done the layering, but I had decided that instead of doing layers, I would add a little center to the flowers. Now, originally my plan was to only add a center to the large flower, but I'm going to change that up. I pull a couple of things off of this ephemera, or off of the puffy stickers. I add this little pink flower up at the top, and then I add this little arrow that says, do what feels right. Not that getting a tattoo feels great, but getting the specific tattoo was just definitely fitting. This is a wonderful tattoo. I love it. I helped her pick it out. She sent me a handful, and she's like, "Which one do you think?" And I picked this one, and she said that was one of the ones I was leaning towards. So I helped her make her decision. And so she had asked if anybody wanted to go with her, just moral support or hanging out, you know. So that's what I did. I went and hung out with her while she got her tattoo, and then we went to lunch afterwards. It was a very lovely day, and I adore her, and I love this tattoo. I think that it is very fitting. She is definitely enough. She is amazing. I love her dearly. So anyway, what I was saying is I started with my enamel dots in the middle of just the big one, and then changed my mind, decided to put, I have tons of them. So I went ahead and added one to all of the flowers, and made sure to add one of those little die cut flowers down to the cluster of that just peachy colored one in the bottom left, because I wanted to make sure that it was down there as well. And then I decided to title this Remember, because I want her to remember she's enough. I also want to remember this day because we had a good time. I had crab rangoon sushi at a local restaurant, and it was delicious. I need to go back and get that again. But anyway, so I'm going to remember all that. So I do make some journal notes down here. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to continue making notes below the little orange arrow, because after I write over here to the right, I am going to also make a little note about how I helped her pick out her design over on the left. But I am considering making a note about how much I adore her and how she is definitely enough on the rest of that empty space down there. So we'll see. I may go back and do that. But anyway, I love how this turned out. It was actually quite simple. It took me maybe 30 minutes. Not including cutting out the dies, because I did that before I started filming. But I do love how this turned out. I hope you'll go check out everybody who's hopping along with Scrap Timber. I am excited to see what other people use for their dies and or cut files or punches. I hope you'll continue to come and see me and hang out. I will be here hopefully every day this month. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layout. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.